Yo, it's your boy Smoke Bath and Madden video. In today's video, we are going to be rebuilding the Minnesota Vikings with J.J. McCarthy, Justin Jefferson, Aaron Jones. Pretty stacked offense, not going to lie. It's not too bad, and we got Kevin O'Connell, who is one of the best coaches in the NFL. Only thing that does worry me is the interior line could be a tad better. The wide receiver, too, could be a tad better, but Adam Thielen is not bad by any means. T.J. Hockenson is a solid tight end. I mean, I like this offense. It is not bad at all. I definitely think it is good if J.J. McCarthy will perform good in Madden. We know in real life he had one good start, and then he had one bad start, and then he got injured. But let's go ahead and see how he does in Madden. The defense, it's not that bad either. This is honestly not that bad of a team. Brian Murphy Jr. is obviously a very good quarterback, and Andrew Van Ginkel is a really good right outside linebacker. And Harrison Smith, unfortunately, he is a Vikings legend, but he's going to be the first person to go. We are going to trade Harrison Smith, the free safety. Yes, I would say he's honestly a Vikings legend. That's how long and impactful he's been there. But we're going to trade him for George Pickens and a third and a fifth round pick. I think that's honestly a pretty good trade for us. We're also going to sign Christian Wilkins in free agency. The defensive tackle was an 88 overall, and we're going to get him for $9.55 million. So I feel like that's a pretty good pickup there as well. All right, let's go ahead and simulate the first season, see how we do. We're going to have a record of 9-8. We are an 86 overall team in general, 85 offense, and 84 defense. We're going to be facing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the first round. They're an 86 overall team, an 88 defense, and an 88 offense and an 85 defense. So J.J. McCarthy in his first year, this will be his rookie year technically, even though last year was his rookie year that he was injured. So his first playing year, I guess I should say. He's going to have 3,278 passing yards, 25 passing touchdowns with 6 interceptions, a 63 completion percentage, a passer rating of 97.1. He was sacked 47 times, which is quite a bit. So maybe we need to work on our O-line a little bit more. We got Kyron Williams, who had 275 attempts for 1,211 yards and 4 rushing touchdowns. And Jordan Mason is going to have 104 attempts for 365 yards and 6 rushing touchdowns. J.J. McCarthy is going to have 35 attempts for 161 yards and 3 rushing touchdowns. Receiving, George Pickens is going to have 63 receptions for 829 yards and 3 receiving touchdowns. Adam Thielen is going to have 61 receptions for 806 yards and 12 receiving touchdowns. Justin Jefferson is only going to have 71 receptions for 775 yards and 5 receiving touchdowns. Couldn't imagine a world where Justin Jefferson is only the third leading receiver on his team, but hey, guess that is true, as Adam Thielen is going to have 12 touchdowns leading the team. T.J. Hockenson is going to have 54 receptions for 508 yards and 2 receiving touchdowns. And then Kyron Williams is going to have 19 receptions for 140 yards and a touchdown. All right, in defense, it's going to be Ivan Pace Jr. leading in tackles with 108. Isaiah Rodgers Sr., the guy who just had 2 defensive touchdowns against the Bengals around 2 weeks ago, he had 102 tackles. Then we have Josh Malentis with 96 tackles, Brian Murphy 82, and Van Ginkel 79. And then Van Ginkel is going to lead the team with 8 tackles for loss. He's actually going to be tied with Jonathan Greenland. Sacks is going to be Andrew Van Ginkel with 14. That is pretty impressive for Van Ginkel. Then Jordan Allen is going to have 10.5. Byron Murphy is going to lead the team with 3 interceptions. Then Eric Wilson and Blake Cashman are going to tie with 2 interceptions on the Minnesota Vikings. So we make playoffs in the first year, obviously, but we are going to get eliminated in the first round by the second seed Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Final score is going to be 28-21. Not able to quite beat the Buccaneers. So let's go and see what the problem was. Well, we didn't score a single point in the first or third quarter, so that might have been some of it. They did outgain us on offensive yards in general, and they had a lot better rushing game, it looked like. So Baker Mayfield's going to have a passer rating of 114.2, 198 passing yards, 3 passing touchdowns, 1 interception. He was sacked twice. J.J. McCarthy's going to have 113.1 passer rating with 3 passing touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and he's going to get sacked 7 times. So, yeah, definitely O-line is starting to look like an issue here. Bucky Irving's going to get 92 rushing yards. Kyron Williams is going to get 43 rushing yards off 11 attempts. Receiving is going to be Chris Godwin with 4 receptions, 88 yards, and 2 receiving touchdowns. Adam Thielen with 7 receptions, 77 yards, and a receiving touchdown. George Pickens, the new Viking, he's going to get a touchdown in his first ever playoff game with 4 receptions and 57 yards. Justin Jefferson, only 3 receptions for 52 yards and a touchdown, though. O'Keefe is going to get a touchdown for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Leading in tackles is going to be Eric Wilson. And tackles for loss is going to be Jonathan Greenland, Ivan Pace, and Jonathan Allen. Sacks is going to be Hassan Reddick with 1.5 for the Buccaneers. Then Yaya Diaby also got a sack. And then Tavron Thomas is going to get the one and only interception in this game for the Minnesota Vikings. Now, I do apologize. I probably should have showed you guys this trade before the season started, but it is on the screen right now. So we gave up Aaron Jones and 2 second-round picks for Kyron Williams. I feel like it's a really, really good trade for us. Older Aaron Jones, and Kyron Williams isn't super young, but he's younger than Aaron Jones. So I'm going to take it. He's also a 1 overall better. So I think that's very fair. So yeah, I should have showed that before the season started. I do apologize, but there you guys go. Just so you guys can see the trade now. And we signed Zay Flowers in free agency. Not that we really need a receiver, but hey, he was interested, and we had the money to spend somehow. And we're going to get Jair Alexander, an 89 overall quarterback, desperately needed. Zach Charbonnet as a backup running back. Xavier Woods for free safety. We're going to re-sign Isaiah Rodgers. He did want to go back to free agency, but then we got him. Then we got Carrington Valentine, quarterback. And then we're going to get Nate Landman, the Mike linebacker, who I believe is currently on the Rams right now. But he's going to come over to Minnesota, so a pretty big free agency for us. Not a single O-lineman, though, unfortunately, as there were really none available that were worth a damn. We're going to be the 3 seed, though, in the 2026 playoffs, but we are going to get eliminated by the New York Giants. We're going to lose 17-31 against the New York Giants. Let's go and see how we lost this one. So offensive yards gained, we actually won, and we beat them in rushing yards too, so I don't really know quite what it was. Jackson Dart, he's going to have a passer rating of 147.1, 318 passing yards, 4 passing touchdowns. Very good game for Jackson Dart. J.J. McCarthy is going to have 2 passing touchdowns and 0 interceptions. So Kyron Williams is going to have 47 yards off 11 attempts. Tyron Chase is going to have 40 yards off 17 attempts. Jordan Addison is going to have 7 receptions, 145 yards, and a touchdown. George Pickens is going to have 7 receptions, 85 yards. Justin Jefferson is going to have 8 receptions for 77 yards. Theo Johnson is going to have a touchdown. Micah McFadden is going to have 11 tackles, and Bobby Okereke is going to have 10. Jonathan Greenland is going to lead in tackles for loss, and the sacks is going to be Sexy Dexy, with Dexter Lawrence having 3 sacks, and Bobby Okereke is going to have the one and only interception on the year. So in the 2027 season, we are the 2nd seed, and we get eliminated by the Seattle Seahawks 17-26. So 3 straight years of making playoffs and 3 straight years of being first-round exits. So 26-17, they gained more offensive yards than us. They gained more rushing yards. We did beat them in passing, though. So it looks like they have an auto-generated quarterback they might have taken in a draft. His name is Josh Presley. He's going to have 183 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions in this game. Jay McCarthy is going to have 233 yards, 1 passing touchdown, and 1 interception. Kenneth Walker is going to have 82 yards on the game, and then Kyron Williams is going to have 64. Trevor Etienne is the one with the touchdown. George Pickens is going to be our leading receiver, 5 receptions, 71 yards. Justin Jefferson had 4 receptions, 70 yards. Jackson Smith-Njigba is going to have 4 receptions for 70 yards as well. And there was really no touchdowns, not many at least. And then sacks is going to be Jonathan Greenland with 1. Interception is going to be another auto-generated person from the Seattle Seahawks. All right, I'm going to check the end of the year stats, actually, like I did in the first year. I'm interested in how J.J. McCarthy is doing. So he's going to have 3,541 passing yards, 39 passing touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Kyron Williams is going to have 253 attempts with 6 rushing touchdowns and 1 fumble. Not bad. His yards per attempt is pretty good, but I'm expecting a little bit more rushing touchdowns. Zach Charbonnet is going to have 365 yards with 9 rushing touchdowns. Zay Flowers, 1,177 with 14 receiving touchdowns. George Pickens is going to have 10 receiving touchdowns with 912 yards. Justin Jefferson with 684 yards. Then Evan Evans, looks like an all-generated guy. Mike linebacker is going to lead us in tackle. Jonathan Allen, leader for tackles for loss. Danny Dennis Sutton is going to have 15 sacks. Jonathan Garland is going to have 8. Interceptions is going to be Josh Miletlis, and then Jair Alexander with 3. All right, well, I am tired of us not having a great O-line, and center is our weakest O-line position. So we're going to be giving up 2 first-round picks and a third-round pick for Eric McCoy. Very solid center for the New Orleans Saints, kind of cheaper as well. He is middle-aged, though, and I believe he's only got 1 or 2 years left on his contract, but we are going to try to put ourselves in a win-now mode. We still have a lot of money for some reason, but not a lot of good offensive linemen that became available in free agency. It's the 2028 season. After we get Eric McCoy, we're going to be the first seed for the first time in this rebuild. So we're going to have a record of 13-4. JJ McCarthy is going to have 3,485 passing yards, 30 passing touchdowns with 5 interceptions. Pretty good year for JJ McCarthy. Kyren Williams is going to have 276 attempts for 1,229 yards, 8 rushing touchdowns, and 3 fumbles. He is kind of fumbling the ball a good bit, but I guess I can't complain too much. Zay Flowers is going to have 72 receptions, 943 yards, with 12 receiving touchdowns. George Pickens was 865 yards. Justin Jefferson, again, is going to be third in the team with receiving. I don't understand how that happens. Drew Tranquill is going to lead in tackles. Sacks is going to be Jonathan Greenland with 16. And then Danny Dennis Sutton is going to be second, then Evan Evans. And we're going to make a Super Bowl appearance. Okay, so we get a first-round bye since we were the first seed. Then we faced the division rival, Detroit Lions. We're going to beat them 28-0. Then we faced the Washington Commanders in the NFC Championship, and we're going to beat them 30-24. So it's going to be the first seed Minnesota Vikings versus the 7th seed Cincinnati Bengals. So we are 1 overall better than them. They have 3 X factors, though we only have 2. It looks like they still have the core pieces of their team, as so do we. So we still have Justin Jefferson, we still have JJ McCarthy. I mean, I guess Aaron Jones we don't have anymore, but we still have Justin Jefferson and JJ McCarthy. And it looks like they still have Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and I think Shamir Stewart, who it looks like he developed into an X Factor as well. So here's the presentation. We're going into this game for sure. And don't think we're going to be playing it. We don't play it, obviously. We just go inside and we go in Super Sim it. We're just doing this for the presentation only so we can see that beautiful presentation that Madden never changes up every single year. But anyway, the game is underway. We're losing 17-7 already. Third quarter is almost done. Now it's 17-14. Now it's 24-14, 24-21. It is a one-score game. Now it's 27-21. And it looks like Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow have brought the city of Cincinnati a Super Bowl, as J.J. McCarthy and the Minnesota Vikings still have yet to have their first franchise Super Bowl victory. There's Joe Burrow with his Slim Shady haircut, jumping up and down, doing pretty good. It looks like Joe Burrow had a pretty good game with 3 passing touchdowns and 323 yards, completion percentage of 65%. Pretty good game for Joe Burrow, passer rating of 146.7. J.J. McCarthy's going to have a rating of 103.8, and he's going to have 3 passing touchdowns as well. Kyren Williams is going to have 45 yards on the ground off 11 attempts. Zay Flowers is going to have 6 receptions for 50 yards and a touchdown. Andre I believe it's pronounced Lividasis. I mean, actually, no, that's not how it's pronounced, but I forgot how it's pronounced. But anyway, he got 2 receiving touchdowns. Drew Tranquill is going to get a half a sack, and Dax Hill is going to get the one and only interception of the game. So that is it. I did another year just in case where I don't really show everything, 2029, but we didn't win then. And then the Cincinnati Bengals obviously win in 2028. And then 2027, it was the 49ers versus the Chargers as the 49ers get a Super Bowl there. The NFL MVP that year was Joe Burrow. The NFL MVP this year was also Joe Burrow, as the Cincinnati Bengals also apparently won another Super Bowl during this timeline of the 2026 season. 2025, it is the Baltimore Ravens versus the Eagles, as the Ravens beat the Eagles 35-7. Well, guys, I did try my best to rebuild the Minnesota Vikings, but we just didn't have luck on our side, and we made a lot of playoff appearances, and we just weren't able to get it done. There's not much more I could have did. So, sorry, guys, but if you guys would like to see more rebuilds in general, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Comment down below what team I should do next. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.